Hello, everyone. My name is Esther Bedorka. I am the marketing manager here at Build Cream Canada. Welcome to our third Build Cream Product Catalog Talks webinar. We were thrilled to see registrants from British Columbia to Ontario and even Quebec, spanning builders, engineers, energy advisors, architects, and municipalities. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. So today's webinar includes a series of short talks on building materials that contribute to sustainable building efforts, courtesy of a select group of our product catalog listers. We will be moving through each presentation back to back and then move into our Q&A session. So we encourage you to stay until the very end as we wrap up with some prize giveaways. In the meantime, please do mute your audio so we don't have any background noise interference. So today you'll be hearing from All Weather at Home, Gradient Thermal, Greenstone Building Products, Owens Corning, Selkirk Stone Distributors, and SI Construction Systems. And first up, we have All Weather at Home.
All right, well, this morning I'm excited to be able to chat with you about our advanced IGUs here at All Weather. We entered into a partnership with Corning Glassware. You might have heard of them, but if you haven't, you may have seen them in such places as all the fiber optic cable on planet Earth, the glass on your smartphone screens, and if you really like history, this was the company that actually produced the glass for Thomas Edison's light bulb. They're about 175 years old, and they are brilliant innovators. So we've been lucky to work with them. So this morning, I'm just going to talk a little bit about something we call enlightened glass. So these are super thin glass units that we put into our sealed units. So when we produce a glass unit for a window, it'll have 2 or 3 panes of glass in it. We fill those cavities between the panes with argon gas, and it's all sealed up, and the glass has some coatings on it. The thing about windows is they're the greatest point of energy loss in any kind of wall system. So as we look forward to the future and we look at the changing energy codes, and we see the importance of managing energy efficiency in homes across Canada just growing, we were looking for solutions to reduce the amount of energy loss that our products create in any wall system in a home. So the challenge for this for us over the last several years has been finding the most affordable solutions. There's some other solutions out there. They can cost 2 to 3 times what a standard window does, like vacuum insulated glass, for example. If the window was $100, let's say, as soon as you put that glass system in there, it's like a $300 window. The great thing about enlightened glass is we can get very similar outcomes from an energy perspective for only about $15 on every 100. So it's about a 15% increase instead of 200 or 300%, which is pretty exciting. So what is it? This is Corning's enlightened glass. These are 0.5 millimeter thick panes of glass that go on the inside of the sealed unit. So we can do this in either a triple pane or the quadruple pane, which is pretty exciting. But 0.5 millimeters, about a little less than your credit card for thickness. So these are significantly thinner than the 3 or 4 millimeter glass that we use in most standard windows. They're more scratch resistant, so they're more durable. They have improved clarity. So as you add that 4th pane in particular, you actually still have an improved clarity and visual light transmission through the glass. And these have a 3 times lower heat coefficient of thermal expansion in glass. So pretty cool. This is all proprietary technology from Corning. It's really cool how they make this stuff, but we're not allowed to tell you about it. It's all top secret, but really, really cool. So some key benefits to enlightened glass. More energy efficient, which is great. Once you add that 4th pane, you can add more air cavities, you can add more gas between those, so you can improve your efficiency. So right now, a standard triple pane window with 2 coatings of low E on it will get you pretty close to about an R7.5, R8 value. With Enlightened Glass 4 panes, and we're looking at greater than R8. And once we get to coating the thin glass with low E, so silver nitrate coating, we're looking at more like R14, R15, and R16 for windows like this. But probably the one that's surprised me the most since we've been selling this this year is how much lighter the glass units are. Glass is pretty heavy, so as we start creating these larger size triple pane windows, they can get upwards of 600 or 700 pounds for a window. So a 28% weight reduction in a quad pane window over a standard triple pane is a pretty big deal on site in particular. So it's very helpful there. Plus, it allows us to build even bigger without going over health and safety constraints or engineering constraints on the frame of the window. So it allows us to build bigger windows, which is great because everybody seems to want bigger windows, more viewing area in their homes, which is fantastic. And the last thing really is the durability. Significantly more durable glass, so a lot of reduction in little scratches and nicks and things like that that can happen during the manufacturing process. It'll put up with a lot more abuse. So we see a lot less warranty claims. We see a lot less remakes and things like that. So all of these things help go towards generating a lower cost to our builders and consumers. So there's a few, just a few examples here of what we're calling advanced triple pane units. So seeing U values dropping down pretty significantly, seeing the weight dropping significantly, and in the quads even greater. And right now we're working in partnership with some glass coaters to start coating thin glass units or advanced Enlightened glass units. Which is going to even bring those U values lower, below 0.5, which is pretty exciting. And in the future, we're doing some experimenting now with swapping out the argon gas for krypton gas, which is a little bit more expensive, but creates an even more significant improvement in energy efficiency, getting down to like 0.36 for a U value. We've been working with some third-party energy modelers. So we took a 3,200 square foot custom home in Vancouver, Edmonton, and Winnipeg to consider different climates and areas and regions and take a look at what putting an advanced sealed unit or advanced IGU into these homes would do for energy savings. So in Vancouver, we're 20 to 30% reduction in cost. In Edmonton, 15 to 25, and in Winnipeg, similar, about 15 to 25. So the great thing about this is when you're increasing the R value of the windows, you're reducing the amount of energy loss in the wall system. So it creates savings in managing the home, but it also creates some savings in building the home. You can reduce some of the insulation that you're using. You can use different HVAC systems and different wall systems. We're seeing, some construction out there with exterior insulation, and this basically removes the need for that. So you can swap that out for an advanced sealed unit and get very similar results, if not better in some cases, which is pretty great. So for the 15% extra that you pay on your windows, you can be saving 20 to 30% on other areas of your construction materials. So just a little bit about us. Oops, sorry, too far. A little bit about us. All Weather's been around here, based out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, for 48 years, I think. Yeah, since 1978. We own all our own manufacturing. For now, with Enlightened Glass, this year is our pilot year. We are working with a manufacturing partner out of the US. But in 2027, we will be launching manufacturing right here in Edmonton at our main facility, which is great. That's going to give us a lot more control over the process from start to finish. So this is great. We've got the ability to build anything. So whatever your construction project calls for, we can build it. We can build just about any size, any kind of specificity that might exist, and we have a large selection of different glass types. So with coating on different surfaces, between dual, triple, and now quadruple pane glass, we've got kind of the solution for just about anything. That helps. We've got local service and support everywhere. So we have service technicians that will service product anywhere from Thunder Bay to Vancouver Island, including the territories as well. We're selling product up in Iqaluit and the Yukon, Yellowknife. So all of those areas, plus all over Vancouver Island. And we've got service in all of those places. And more than anything, All Weather puts safety above all. So we've achieved 96% on our core audit certification for the last 2, and continuing to improve in those areas. And we continue to work with all of our construction partners on improving health and safety on our job sites. So what you really want to know is your Greenbelt points. So we get 2 points for All Weather labeled Energy Star products, 1 point for our exterior doors manufactured with fiberglass, which is the vast majority of what we do, and 1 point for everything manufactured within 800 kilometers from your build site, which is a pretty big portion of where we service, which is great. And that's Enlightened Glass from All Weather at Home. Thanks so much for having me. My contact info is there, so if you have any other questions or you want to explore it further, please don't hesitate to jot that down and give me a shout anytime. Happy to talk about it. Thanks for having me.
Great. Thank you so much, James. Next up, we have Gradient Thermal.
Thanks for having me. We're a Calgary-based company, and I look forward to talking to you today about our sink furnace product line. Our homes and how we live in them are among the most important investments we make. They shape our daily routines, our comfort, and our quality of life. Yet when it comes to the core infrastructure that supports our homes, both inside and out, innovation has been surprisingly stagnant in some areas. We see some great smart technology that has transformed our lights, locks, and thermostats, but many of the core infrastructure systems that keep our homes functioning day to day have remained largely unchanged. When we think about the essential parts of a home, the walls, windows, doors, there is some great innovation, and we just saw a presentation of some of this. And only so much room left for big leaps. But one area that's been largely overlooked and where there's real potential to make a meaningful impact and move the needle in building better homes is in our mechanical rooms. These spaces are often hidden away, but they hold the key to transforming how we build, live in, and maintain our homes. For decades, water and plumbing have been just that, water and plumbing. Heating and water have been their own separate systems, their own siloed systems. That means 2 separate mechanical systems, 2 trades, and 2 energy draws. 2 silos. It's complex, it's costly, and it's inefficient. What if we could simplify this? What if we could be one? What if one appliance could handle all the heating needs of a home efficiently, affordably, and with less hassle? What if we could cut the complexity in half? At Gradient, we have done that. We've put all home heating into one simple box. We've turned mechanical rooms into mechanical closets, and we've made homes more livable, more efficient, and easier to build. Sink furnace is plug and play, faster and simpler to install. It only requires 1 gas-ticketed trade, a plumber or an HVAC contractor. For homeowners, that means 1 call if there's ever an issue. For builders, it means 1 contractor can install the unit, streamlining the build process and reducing coordination headaches. And here's something we're really proud of. This innovation is engineered and built right here in Canada. Because when it comes to heating, no one understands our climate better than we do. Sink furnace operates on a single natural gas connection and delivers both space and water heating at 95% energy efficiency. That means lower utility bills in most jurisdictions In Alberta, for example, homeowners will save between $400 and $1,200 per year compared to traditional systems. That's money that can go towards what really matters: family, savings, or other home upgrades. And for builders, that sets their homes apart from the competition in an increasingly affordability-focused world. Sink furnace is incredibly compact. Fully serviceable from the front, it can fit in a mechanical closet with walls on 3 sides. Really, now we can have mechanical closets instead of mechanical rooms. Small footprint with big impact. And that compact design means more usable space in the home. Space for a closet, a larger bedroom, a bigger bathroom, or extra storage. We have builders that take that extra space and turn a 2-bedroom basement suite into, or a 1-bedroom basement suite into the 2-bedroom basement suite. Making the sink furnace as small as possible was a challenge, but a rewarding goal for those reasons. It gives contractors an intuitive system to work on, builders more flexibility in design, and homeowners more room to enjoy. It also pairs really well with heat pumps, and it backs up the space heating when our winters get cold, and it provides very energy efficient hot water heating for people's homes. I may have advanced one too far there. In Canada, we have a housing crisis. We need more homes. We have an affordability crisis. We need homes to be built more effectively and the cost of living to be as low as it can be. We have labor shortage. There's more work than we have skilled trades for. This isn't just about comfort or convenience. It's about solving real national challenges. Canada needs more homes and we need them fast, but we also need them to be affordable, energy efficient, and easier to build. The sink furnace helps address all of these. It reduces the number of trades required, speeds up construction timelines, and lowers long-term energy costs for homeowners. And because it's compact, it gives back valuable square footage, space that can be used for storage, larger rooms, or even an extra closet. This product also helps builders and home renovators achieve high-performance home heating and provides applicable built green points in several categories. We qualify in the HVAC appliance with variable speed fan, Energy Star rated tankless hot water heater, P911 tested combi systems. We also are within 800 kilometers, which covers most of Alberta, the major centers in Alberta. And we do have a written environmental policy that also can be used for additional points. So thank you for the time today, and I certainly look forward to answering any questions later on in the Q&A session.
Great, thanks so much, Cameron. Next up, we have Greenstone Building Products.
Awesome, thanks, Esther. Okay, guys, hello, everyone. We're just gonna start off with a video here.
The building envelope plays a critical role in how a building performs, how efficiently it operates, and how well it stands the test of time. At Greenstone Building Products, our mission is to transform the building process through technology and innovation. We are advancing the building envelope to achieve superior thermal performance, airtightness, and constructability. Based in Brandon, Manitoba, in the heart of the Canadian prairies, Greenstone is a locally owned and operated manufacturer focused on advancing building performance through practical engineered solutions. Since opening our doors in 2015, we have continued to grow, developing a smarter approach to construction through our GS panel system. Every project begins with a custom design where the structural building envelope, additional structural elements, and openings are modeled in a BIM environment to confirm fit and coordination before construction begins. This upfront approach reduces site adjustments, accelerates installation, and helps keep projects on schedule and on budget. Manufacturing then follows a controlled process at every step, from raw materials through framing, pressing, and finishing. Our third-party inspected and certified quality management system ensures consistency and reliability. By manufacturing panels under controlled conditions, we reduce many of the variables found in traditional construction. The result is a more predictable product, tighter tolerances, and improved overall build quality. When panels arrive on site, that precision translates into efficiency. GS panels are designed to streamline installation, allowing crews to work faster and more effectively. Their lightweight composite design reduces the need for excessive handling and helps accelerate construction schedules without sacrificing performance. In addition to speed and efficiency, GS panels deliver best-in-class thermal performance. The system creates a continuous, highly insulated building envelope without thermal bridging. Air tightness consistently exceeds passive house standards, which drives superior envelope performance. This means buildings that are not only quicker to construct, but also more comfortable to occupy and more efficient to operate. Engineered for real-world conditions, GS panels are not one-size-fits-all. Each panel is custom designed and manufactured to meet the demands of its environment, from the harsh wind and cold of northern regions like Nunavut to the moisture-rich climates of British Columbia, ensuring reliable long-term performance no matter the conditions. That versatility makes them suitable for a broad range of applications, including residential, commercial, and institutional projects, offering a flexible solution for builders, developers, and architects. Today, greenstone panels can be found in over 800 projects and counting across Canada and beyond. They've been installed in nearly every major city in Western Canada, reaching as far north as Grise Fiord, Nunavut, and as far south as the Turks and Caicos Islands. This growing project base reflects not only the adaptability of the GS panel system, but also the confidence that clients place in its performance. Supporting that growth, greenstone is being adopted by an increasing number of builders across North America, extending its reach to more communities while maintaining consistent quality and service standards. As construction continues to evolve, the expectations placed on buildings are increasing. Higher efficiency, stronger performance, and greater long-term value. Meeting those demands requires new approaches, better systems, and a commitment to continuous improvement. At Greenstone, that commitment drives everything we do, from how our panels are designed and manufactured to how they perform in the field. Because building better isn't just about working faster. It's about creating stronger building envelopes, improving performance where it matters most, and delivering solutions that stand up to the challenges of today and tomorrow.
Thanks for watching our video. I apologize. It provides a great overview of what Greenstone's all about and talks and just gives you a really good idea of what our panelized building envelope system, how it can simplify construction while improving your building performance. I'm Charnel and this is Jenna, and we're part of the Greenstone team. Before we get into Greenstone and where it fits within the Built Green product catalog, I want to share a short story speaking to the performance of our system and how it can deliver and contribute to lower energy consumption. So normally there would be a photo here, but there was a local custom project that was 2,700 square feet. It was a residential application, and it utilized our panelized assembly for the main floor walls, walkout basement walls, clear story walls, and garage walls. The entire building envelope was constructed using our 7.5-inch graphite polystyrene all-in-one panel system, delivering an effective thermal performance of an R36. As part of our local efficiency rebate program, the home completed a blower door testing and achieved exceptional results. The air tightness results were 0.52 air exchanges per hour at 50 pascals of pressure, whereas a typical air tightness result from a comparable home would be 2.1 for comparison. The overall result was a home that was 70.5% more energy efficient than comparable quote-built homes. So really highlighting the impact of a high-performance building envelope that's meeting and exceeding those building codes. Another fun fact about this specific project, the homeowners were considering stick frame and would have had to go with an 85,000 BTU furnace. And when switching to the GS panels, they were able to downsize to a 27,000 BTU furnace. So saving a significant amount of energy and cost savings. The key aspect of our building envelope is the composite bond between the two materials. So we have steel frames that are coated with an adhesive and set in a press mold, and the EPS is expanded onto the frames. So this part of our manufacturing process is critical and creates a panel that acts as one unified component that's both strong and lightweight. The GS panels eliminate many of the common thermal bridges found in traditional construction while delivering exceptional strength, consistency, and energy efficiency.
Now looking at the Built Green catalog, Greenstone is recognized under two categories, both energy and envelope and the waste management. So systems used for energy and envelope. Systems used for the foundation can earn 3 points. Systems used for 75% or more of above grade house walls can earn 4 points. And then under waste management, panelized construction system used for walls earns 3 points. And then the roof system can earn you another 2 points. So this provides the opportunity for you and your project to earn up to 12 Built Green points using Greenstone's system to achieve Built Green certification. At the end of the day, the building envelope is one of the hardest working parts of any structure. While it's hidden behind the finished exterior, it plays a crucial role in energy efficiency, durability, and occupant comfort. Thanks again, Built Green, for this opportunity to present. And if anyone on this call is interested in learning more about Greenstone or has a project that might be an ideal fit, please reach out.
Great. Thank you so much, Charnel and Jenna. Next up, we have Owens Corning.
All right, I appreciate everybody's time. My name is Andrew Brassington. I'm with Owens Corning. I'm the Technical Sales Manager for Western Canada. Today's presentation is on Owens Corning's Comfort Shield. It's an envelope-first approach. Seems to be a common theme we have going on here. So a little bit about Owens Corning, and actually we are not related to the same Corning that James mentioned earlier at All Weather. Although we had a joint partnership in 1935 with them, that only lasted till 1938. So we don't have any affiliation with that particular Corning. But we're a Corning who does pink fiberglass. We do pink Foamular NGX XPS products. We also have mineral wool, but we don't make it pink. I think we tried, but it just didn't work out. And we also have our roofing products. So we have our shingle products as well too. Together, all these products make what we refer to as Comfort Shield. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. It's comfort inside and comfort outside the house. So when it comes to Comfort Shield by Owens Corning, it's a whole home building materials that advance the comfort of the building. They increase the resiliency and the performance as well of the building. It integrates advanced solutions across the entire building envelope, from the foundation all the way to the roof, to optimize the energy efficiency and the durability of the building, and also increase or have better air quality. You also get better control over moisture, and it also can help with acoustics, right? The system empowers builders to create homes that are both resilient and exceptionally comfortable. And the last word I'm going to show you on the screen is protection. And you're like, well, what do we need protection against? Well, extreme climate conditions, and we're starting to see those a lot more and more in everyday climates now. All our climate zones usually have some of these. We get either extreme heat. We've seen wildfires now. There's typically a wildfire season that we're having. There's rain and there's flooding. There's also high winds. We notice that a lot. If you deal with roofing and shingles, we tend to replace quite a bit of those. Not particularly ours, but others for sure. And then obviously, in Alberta, which is where I'm located, extreme cold, right? So these are the things that we're all trying to protect against. And we're not the only ones. It's part of the stepping stones of the building code. And we saw this in step one in when they released the 2020 code, and we worked on new construction and energy efficiency in those particular buildings. The code that just got released in December 2025 added retrofits and operational carbon reduction. So if your building is using a lot of operational carbon, you're going to want to increase the envelope so you can reduce the mechanical and potentially reduce the energy being used. And then once the 2030 code comes around, you'll see what they call embodied carbon. So we'll look at the carbon or energy used to produce materials, as well as resilient measures like extreme heat, fires, and flooding, the stuff I told you that we need to protect against. And then finally, we'll be hopefully carbon neutral in 2050. Here's to hoping, but right now we got to be able to do everything as cost effective as we can. So there's a couple ways that you can insulate. You can either, well, there's many ways to insulate, and let's be honest, every insulation has its place, right? As long as the detail is done correctly, they all can perform very well. The two I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about our XPS and our mineral wool, and this would be on the exterior. So we have our Formular NGX C200 XPS. It's part of a system called CABS, which is Code Board Air Barrier System. With that particular system, it has all the control layers taken care of. So that you're able to have a full assembly, and it provides exceptional air tightness as well. And then we have our Thermofiber Rain Barrier CIHC system. That's a high compressive product, so you can strap similar to what you do with the XPS, but this is done with mineral wool. It's when you would need, say, a non-combustible system. This ideally would work as well. You can get pretty airtight as long as your details are correct. For example, I did a house just recently. We partnered with the YMCA or with CHBA in the central interior, where we did the Y Dream House, and that house was able to achieve 0.69 air changes for that 2,000 square foot house with mineral wool on the exterior and fiberglass in the interior. So with these particular products, these are the build green points that you can potentially get, and we do have installation guides available if you need them, and they give you guidance on how to put the systems together. So you can get, depending on the section, you can get up to 6 or more points with the cab system, or you can get anywhere between 5 points with the Thermofiber system. And that's just with the exterior wall, right? If we go below grade and we start looking at the XPS below grade, we also have a 5th control layer. We can be a radon barrier as well, and we do have CCMC testing for this particular system. Radon is the 2nd leading cause of lung cancer in Canada. Radon exposure is estimated to be about 16% of lung cancer, or contribute to 16% of lung cancers. So just a heads up on that. If you're a builder and you're in an area that is high radon, Alberta is one of those areas, Saskatchewan too. Those are areas where you might want to look at a radon system. If you need it to be have a fire rating, we do have a mineral wool way to do that, a certification, and I have that drawing. But in this particular system, you can earn some points as well for your below grade applications. If we go into our roofing system, I'm not going to talk about our duration shingle because that's the one that is there. Duration flex if you need a class 4 impact shingle. This shingle has an outstanding grip. It has a better sealant on the bottom because it actually attaches to that sure nail strip. And you have a chance, if you take a look at shingles, take a look at all the shingles that you're using. If you look at the Owens Corning one, you'll see there's going to be more sealant on the bottom, which attaches better to that sure nail strip. The sure nail strip also gives you an inch target versus trying to hit a seam, which is what a lot of other shingles have. So this gives you a little bit better protection when it comes to actually putting it on the roof. It also lays flatter as well. So, and if you want to know why shingles blow off, it's typically if they have a little bit of a gap or they're bent. And some can be like that. Eventually they settle, but I mean, if you're looking at a finished product at the end of you say your roof re-shingled, you don't want to see bumps in the roof. And using some of the other components, you can get some additional warranties as well. So I talked a little bit about the exterior, kind of the full envelope. We also have interior comfort as well. We have acoustic and thermal products available. So once you're done making that envelope extra tight, you probably save some money by reducing your mechanical system. Then you can use our acoustic and thermal products, right? With the recycled content that we have, you can get 2 additional points, as well as our their Green Guard Gold products. We have our Quiet Zone, which is for acoustics, and our Pink Next Gen for thermal insulation as well. If you'd like to know more about these particular products, you can go to Owens Corning's building library, so owenscorning.com/en-ca, or just type in Owens Corning's building library. This will provide you a lot of information about our products. You can find product data sheets. You can also find any technical information you need. If you want to do some acoustical or thermal calculating, that is all available. And if you scroll down to the bottom of the site, you can see we have education with our architectural binders. So if you want to find out more about all the other products that we have available, they're there as well. We have technical guides, like those guides that I mentioned to you before that can help with the installation. We have those available on this site as well. And then we have calculators. So if you want to calculate the thermal resistance of your building using different types of insulation thicknesses on the exterior, you can do that. You can also do calculations for acoustical assemblies, or say you're humming and hawing between, say, mineral and fiberglass, both fantastic products. We do sell both of them. But if you want to see the difference in cost, check out the Quiet Zone cost savings calculator. That can show you the difference between, based on the amount of square footage of insulation that you do. So if you're interested in the Shield, I just gave it a catchy nickname now, but if you're interested in the Shield, you can contact me. My phone number and email are on the screen right now. So feel free, if you want to talk to me more. We're always looking at partnering and doing some partner projects, some test projects in different areas and in different varieties of assemblies. But at the end, we're just here to help and provide a good solution for you. Thank you. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks so much, Andrew. Next up, we have Selkirk Stone Distributors.
Morning, everyone. My name is Raphael, and I'm with Selkirk Stone Distributors here in Calgary. First, I'd like to thank Built Green Canada for inviting us to be a part of today's webinar. For those who may not know us yet, we are a distributor of manufactured stone and brick veneers, as well as non-combustible mantles. And Selkirk Stone is one of the product lines that we offer, and one that we are very proud to represent. We work closely with builders, developers, architects, designers, installers, and homeowners on projects that range from accent walls and fireplace surrounds to custom homes, multifamily developments, and commercial projects all over. As I speak today, the video you're seeing highlights some of the projects that we've been part of over the years. And we're grateful for the relationships we've built with our partners who have trusted us on their projects. We are proud that Selkirk Stone products are recognized within the Built Green program under both materials and methods and occupant wellness, because sustainability and occupant well-being are important parts of how we do business. Sustainability can mean different things to different people. But one thing we can probably all agree on is that every decision we make during construction has an impact. That includes the material we choose to put on a building, because every product has an environmental footprint. How it's made, how it's transported, how long it lasts, and whether it ends up in a landfill. That's why material selection plays such an important role in sustainable construction. At Selkirk Stone, we believe that beautiful buildings and sustainable buildings can absolutely go hand in hand. One thing worth mentioning about Selkirk Stone and brick veneers is that it can help builders earn Built Green points, because under the materials and methods category, and depending on how much of the exterior cladding is covered, builders and projects can earn 1 point at 25% coverage, 2 points at 50%, 3 points at 75%, and 4 points at over 90% of the exterior cladding. Our products, as I mentioned earlier, qualify under this category, so builders can create the look they want while also contributing towards their Built Green certification. So what makes Selkirk Stone a sustainable choice? Our manufactured stone and brick veneers provide the look of natural stone while using fewer raw materials than traditional full bed masonry. Our products are made from natural aggregates, cement, iron oxide pigments, and carefully sourced materials. Because the products are lightweight and thin, less material is required overall, and transportation becomes more efficient. It's a small difference on one house, but across entire communities, those efficiencies add up. Sustainability also starts long before a product arrives on a job site. At our manufacturing facility, we try hard not to waste materials. Whenever possible, leftover materials are reused, water is recycled, and like everyone in this industry, we're always looking for ways to improve. Because the goal is simple: use resources responsibly and waste less. One of the favorite things that I want to say about Selkirk Stone is if it can survive Canada, it can survive anything. And I think everyone here knows exactly what I mean. Our products experience minus 40-degree winters, freeze and thaw cycles, hail, snow, Chinooks, summer heat, sometimes all of this in the same week. And if a material continues to perform and look good for generations, fewer resources are needed for repairs, replacements, and renovations. To me, durability is one of the most important forms of sustainability. Our stone products are ASTM tested for freeze and thaw, basically designed for Canadian weather. They require low maintenance and is even backed by a 50-year warranty. Our stone and brick veneers work well for both new homes and renovations, as they continue to be some of the most requested exterior finishes because they add character, value, and timeless design. But they're also durable. They are low maintenance. They're available in a wide variety of styles and colors. And we're also proud that we can also even custom color our veneers. And sustainability isn't also just about building new homes. It's also about improving the homes we already have. Whether it's a fireplace surround, a feature wall, an entryway, or a garage accent, stone veneer is a great way to refresh a space without tearing down everything and rebuilding. So that helps reduce waste while creating spaces homeowners can enjoy and be proud of for years to come. One thing I've learned about and over the years is that sustainability isn't achieved by one company alone. It takes everyone. Developers, they create the vision. Architects and designers, they specify the materials. Builders bring the projects to life. Manufacturers, they provide solutions. And trades ensure quality installation. And organizations like Built Green help bring everyone together. As I wrap up, I'd simply want to say thank you. Thank you to Built Green Canada for everything you do to promote sustainable building practices. Thank you to the builders, developers, architects, designers, installers, and homeowners who continue to support responsible construction. And thank you for supporting Selkirk Stone Distributors over the years. We're proud to always play a small role in helping create communities that families can enjoy for generations. If you'd like to know more and see our complete line of products, we invite you to visit our website at selkirkstone.ca, and we're always happy to help. And thank you, everyone, and enjoy the webinar. Okay.
Great. Thank you so much, Raphael. Next, we have SI Construction Systems.
Good morning, or possibly afternoon for some of you. Thanks for everybody that's participating. Sorry about the technical difficulty there. So my name is Mark Cunningham, and I'm going to be talking to you about Polycore, foundations without concrete. First off, I thought we'd refresh our traditional foundations. Concrete provides structure. We all know that and understand that, but it is a bit messy and it's a bit wasteful as well. And of course, it lacks comfort. I mean, what do you have to do to put extra layers on concrete to make it comfortable to live in? Well, what if we insulated the forms? Insulated foundations with concrete, of course, everybody knows it as ICF. In comparison to just concrete, ICF is a step up for the envelope, but is it a better or easier solution? Does it have less waste? Is it less work? I think not. And actually, how much energy is your furnace putting into all that thermal mass to keep a warm envelope around your home in the wintertime? Enter Polycore. How about no insulation, no concrete, and an engineered ready-to-install steel stud structure? You likely haven't heard of Polycore, but that's the solution. And it's a proven solution as well. Over 23 years with 2,800 projects, it's always been fast and easy. How fast and how easy? Well, here's an example. The picture on the right shows the crew starting the installation of a foundation, and the picture of the left shows the same foundation 2 days later. At the end of the second day, the entire foundation for this building was up and ready to go. No cranes, no special crews, no problems. Well, what kind of foundations? Because there are a bunch of different ones. Pretty much all of them. Polycore is actually specifically designed for each project to meet site and build requirements. Our unique process provides custom solutions through a cost-effective design and manufacturing program. Walkouts, crawl spaces, large footprints, all of those are possible with Polycore. We accommodate beam loads, windows, doors. We make foundations with complex angles, deep foundations, and shallow foundations as well. Whatever the structure needs and whatever insulation the client wants. What do I mean by that? We have an adaptable thickness on our wall in that the client can actually choose the thickness and thus choose the insulation value that they're looking for in a very cost-effective manner. We've made foundations anywhere between R28 to R75. All of it is possible. How do we do that? Well, we make every piece individually through a cutting process that allows us to locate any structural stud in any orientation, in any shape, of any thickness of EPS. Check out the corner piece that I've displayed here. You'll notice that it's not two flat pieces that have been joined or seamed. It's monolithic. It's a single solid cut piece of polystyrene. And more importantly, no thermal bridging. Zero, none. The structure, steel studs on the inside, are separated from the attachments on the outside used for siding and cladding by nothing more than insulation. The walls are made, loaded on trucks, and delivered to site, ready for installation. And what is that installation? Well, here's how they install. A quick note on this. This is actually a schematic from 2004. That's how long we've kept the same process, although there have certainly been improvements and details and so on. But our product has been proven and working since that part of time. Homeowners, handymen, here's how they install. And a quick note, as I mentioned, this is an old detail, but it's still current. First off, attract bolts to a footing. Sections are picked up and put in place. Brackets are screwed to the inside studs, and then a top plate is put on the top to join everything together. In effect, you have a steel stud framed wall. A wood plate is anchored into a special bracket on the top, and that provides both the connection and the methodology for attaching any floor system that you would use in any typical wood frame construction. Any crew can do it. Of course, every foundation has details, and there's a lot of different details that come up. I think we've seen most of them over the years, and I know we've dealt with all of them that came up. Connections for different floor systems, pre-cut electrical chaseways for different products, supporting beams and point loads within the wall system, modified plates for ready-to-move homes from different manufacturers, exterior below-grade waterproofing. All of those and many, many more we have dealt with over the time and also kept our product easily handled at any site, so any crew can work with it and install it. What do we mean by any crew? Well, how about handymen? experienced framers, homeowners, small contractors, because we really do mean any crew. Using only small tools, ladders or scaffold, straightforward connections and tasks. Our pre-made pieces for corners, windows, footing steps, and other construction variables are all ready to install in the package. Secondary trades coming on site after installation, like electricians and plumbers and cladding crews, do start hesitantly, but quickly realize that Polycore is easier and it is better. We really have created and proven a product that can be installed by any crew. A quick story as to what any crew means? Well, how about a psychologist married to a dentist with neither one of them having any construction experience whatsoever? In 2017, those two people built their own foundation for their house construction project by themselves and did probably one of the finest jobs I've seen just by following simple instructions and taking care and attention to detail as the project went on. It is that simple. Polycore does more than foundations. We can actually do the whole envelope and do quite often. Our history includes hundreds of non-foundations covering shops, commercial walls, industrial applications, curtain and infill walls, even strip malls and government buildings. If our project involvement in institutional projects can start at the design stage, Polycore adaptability, features, speed of installation, and envelope performance can bring advantages to almost any project. And of course, full home packages, lots and lots and lots and lots of them over 2 decades. Passive house builders love our air tightness, no thermal bridging, and high insulation values. For air tightness, we've achieved blower door tests as low as 0.07 with installations done by the owners of the building and proper taping and sealing. Remote and far rural builds excel with installations on our product because the product is not dependent on special crews, special machinery, and it's easy to manage with full accessories, brackets, screws, and everything shipped with the package, so everything is ready for the installation. We do comfortable bungalows, shop house complexes. We often work from existing plans to make the exact house that the client wants with a better product, a better envelope, and better performance. So Polycore makes foundation and we do walls. So we thought, well, why not floors? There's a piece of concrete in every residential home that we could probably all do without. I mean, who really likes or needs a concrete slab in the basement? How comfortable is that? Or more importantly, what do you have to do to it to make it comfortable? Different layers and so on. The R-Floor replaces traditional poured basement slabs and is also an effective option to slab-on-grade house designs, eliminating the concrete, the service, the pump truck, and all the other costs involved with pouring slabs for residential buildings. Well, I know what you're thinking. First off, the product itself, as you see, is a strong product. We use a universal PEX radon design, which has grooves in it, and those grooves can actually be used for in-floor heating, or more importantly, we use them for the actual collection and removal of radon and soil gases, meaning that a washed rock layer typically put under concrete slabs and other floor systems is no longer required. Well, with all that, it's also an optimal solution for infill skinnies, where you're still paying the same pump price, the same pump truck price, the same delivery, and the same finishing price as you do on larger projects. I know what you're all thinking, though. What can it hold? Well, I don't think you have a 5,500 power forklift in your basement, but if you do, it can take that. The R-Floor is incredibly durable, incredibly strong, and can take any load that a residential foundation floor would actually take from any situation that we can think of. For installation, as I mentioned, no radon rock, just a packed sand base directly under the sections. It's fast, easy, and of course, smooth. You smooth it, pack it, and place the pre-cut sections on top. Maybe a bit of trimming is needed around teleposts or plumbing risers, and a layer of 6mm poly goes on, and then you sheet it. You now have a comfortable, insulated, warm floor with radon extraction ready for residential occupancy. Finally, the vent provided with Polycore our floor products can be put anywhere on the system and easily connects to the grooves underneath to allow radon extraction if that becomes a problem in the future. For Built Green, we have applications in several categories. Insulated systems, 3 points for foundation walls. Insulated systems, 4 points for house grade walls. SIP panels, waste reduction, 3 points and 2 points for roof. And of course, our product is made in Tofield, Alberta, Evanston, Illinois, and soon to be in Ontario. So there's lots of opportunities to take the 800-kilometer build site radius into effect as well. As a summary, Polycore is established. It was developed in 2003 and is still managed by myself, one of the original founders. It's proven. We have over 2,800 projects manufactured and delivered over 23 years, and every project has been reviewed, evaluated, designed, and stamped by engineers for the products locations they were built in. It's stable. The initial premise and product attributes still in play today. However, we have made improvements because we continually take feedback from trains and installers to make sure that we have the best product available for their needs. It's faster, installing in 1 to 2 days per level. 200 feet of lineal wall today is not unheard of. Integrated processes reduce project timelines and remove delays. It's relatively unaffected by start-stop schedules such as delayed trades or weather. It's easier, simple tools, simple processes, well-suited for non-professional builders, and start and stop installation allows stop and start with no effect on the project. Pick and place installation reduces time, and of course, it's better. No thermal bridging, optimum efficiency, no external sheeting required to moisture deteriorate for mold, and Polycore adapts to your design. No changes, we match our parameters to your building, and often we do it for less. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any additional questions or wish information, my contact information is on the screen. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning, and I look forward to any questions. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mark, and to all of our speakers. From here, we'll open it up to questions. Should you still have any questions afterwards, you can just email me and I'll forward your questions accordingly. But for now, just feel free to unmute yourself or use the chat to ask any questions you might have. Mark, I think this question is for you. Betsy is asking, is there a maximum thickness for Polycore?
Yes, sorry, I had a mute problem now on my thing. Actually, the product we manufacture from are polystyrene blocks that are 4 feet thick. So we can actually make a 4 foot thick wall if you really want it. The maximum wall I've done at this particular point, we did a 19-inch wall for a project down in Prentice, Alberta that had an R value of in excess of 80 for whatever reason they wanted, but we can do it. Absolutely. We simply cut the same structure into a thicker piece of foam and you can have whatever insulation value you want.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, regarding this foundation Polycore, how are structural engineers been notified about this capacity of this product, and especially when they're in a situation like they're retaining walls or this kind of things? How does that apply? And do you guys have products in BC as well?
Yeah, we've manufactured products for BC, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Ontario, Illinois, Northwest Territories, Alaska, all over. The structure itself, you have to think a little bit differently about the Polycore product. We don't have a product that has a rated structure. We make a product that has the structure that you need for that particular application. For instance, in deep foundation walls, we'll have more steel, bigger steel, and different connections than we do in shallow walls. The foundation itself is looked at in each individual case, and we actually create the components that are required to meet the engineer's requirements for the structure of loading, backfill, and all that type of thing for each individual situation. So we can do pretty much anything with our foundation because it's developed to be different on each application that it needs to be. One thing we can't do is retaining walls, though, because our foundations do depend on the floor system on the top of them as part of the structure to hold back the backfill and so on. So just a straight standing retaining wall doesn't fit well with a Polycore product, but foundations are no problem at all.
Mark, someone is also asking in the chat, they're curious about the weight comparison considering the shipping needs.
Considering shipping needs, a polycore wall weighs about 80 pounds per lineal foot. The concrete wall weighs approximately 900 pounds per lineal foot. As far as shipping, a typical full semi-load of our product is somewhere between 8,000 and 10,000 pounds. So we've never had any weight restrictions on what we're shipping. You can actually ship our product during road bans and road limitations because it simply doesn't have the weight to defy those. Yeah.
Awesome, thanks. I think we'll just wait maybe just a minute or two if anyone has any other questions for any of the other presenters. Yeah, I see, Betsy, that you have lots of questions. I'll definitely get you in contact with Mark and he can answer all the questions you have. Betsy is also asking, Mark, this is for you, any separation between insulation and cold rolled steel?
It's actually basically it's a profile cut for each individual stud that the studs are then pressed into. So there's no separation between the insulation and the cold rolled steel. There's no air gap or anything. It's essentially a tight friction fit. However, the structure of the wall itself is really a framed wall. If you were to take the entire foam structure off, you'll see steel studs that are attached to a plate at the bottom and a plate at the top, just like any steel stud construction. So what we've done is enhanced an actual regular method of construction. So.
Okay, if no one has any more questions, I think we're gonna move on. But again, if you have any questions after, I will forward your question accordingly. So next we're gonna move into some prize giveaways. So for the first prize is a waterproof speaker courtesy of All Weather at Home. Thank you. And this goes to Glenn Harvey. Next we have a 12-can hinge cooler, also courtesy of All Weather at Homes. And this will go to Jesse Bidwa. Next up, Owens Corning is giving away branded swag, which includes a choice of a hat and 2 hoodies. And the winner is Preetam Narang. And lastly, we are giving away a free training course with options from these 3 courses. All of these are worth CPD points through BC Housing. And this goes to Nick Basarowicz. And that concludes the giveaways. Congratulations to the winners. We'll be following up with you shortly. And that's the end of the webinar. Thanks again to our fantastic speakers and to all of us for joining us this morning. Thanks so much.